Corporates have long been banking's most profitable customers. Most banks, accordingly, are revving up services for corporate customers. Indeed, transaction banking is achieving a new eminence as a sustainable source of revenue in banks. But the industry faces great challenges, navigating a path between the pressures of mounting regulation and new technologies and innovative working practices that banks look to pass on to corporates. So today we've come to HSBC, one of the world's leading financial institutions. I'm here to meet with Steve Suarez, the bank's global head of innovation. Later, I'll be traveling to Belgium to meet with transaction data management experts, Inttix. And together, we're going to be discussing how innovation can enhance corporate banking and transaction services. Steve, perhaps I could begin by asking you, what are the main challenges facing financial institutions as we approach this era they call the fourth industrial revolution?
You know, with the changing in technologies and our customers' expectations moving so quickly, our customers want it to be very simple, smart, and they want to transact with us in a very secure way. And with the proliferation of cell phones, IoT devices, cloud computing, and things like blockchain, AI, we need to look at these technologies and to say how they fit very well with us. The bank's strategy is really to look at how we digitize at scale. And we want to make sure we're focusing on the right technologies to do the right use cases so that we can fulfill what our customers need from us.
How are banks approaching investment in innovation? Are they reacting to digital transformation quickly enough?
Well, I'd like to think that they are. I mean, we're working really hard to really upskill our people and give them the tools they need and the confidence they need to upskill. So we're doing a lot of training on these new emerging technologies, explaining what they are and how they can be used.
So Steve, how can financial institutions harness data innovations to enhance services for corporate customers?
So we use data to help personalize the experience for our customers to make that interaction as great as possible. The bank actually processes 1.5 trillion transactions a day.
Could we talk about the new technologies and innovative working practices for financial institutions to enable their corporates to improve operational efficiencies?
Great example is the trade transformation program. This is where we actually pioneered using blockchain type technologies to take transactions down from 10 days to just 24 hours. Last year, we saw that 84% of our transactions were all done through our digital channel.
How can financial institutions help corporate customers improve compliance and mitigate risk?
Risk management in banking transformed over the past decade, largely in response to the financial crisis. Banks need to design its services from the perspective of the customer experience and then digitize at scale. Risk needs to work in parallel with operations and regulators to continue to make risk management seamless and instant. Big data and machine learning highlights both trends and risks, allowing us to better manage our portfolio and keep our customers safe.
Steve Suarez of HSBC, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.
Here we are in this rather picturesque historic city in central Belgium, situated almost directly between Brussels and Antwerp. And we've come to meet Inttix, the data transaction management specialists. At HSBC, we saw how the bank is using IoT and cloud computing to develop more personalised experiences for corporate customers, reduce the time of the average cross-border trade from 10 days to 24 hours, and how Voice ID is helping mitigate risk for both the bank and its corporate customers. Today at Inttix, we're going to be looking at the new technologies for banks to handle the massive amounts of data residing in payments operations and compliance. So Antoine, perhaps I can start by asking you, What do you see are the main ways in which banks can enhance services for corporate customers?
Well, we just heard it from Steve Suarez. Data has become of a strategic importance for banks for various reasons. For instance, banks are increasingly making use of transaction data, such as payment processing details, to offer more visibility to their customers. Their customers are asking for more transparency. And that can be achieved through self-service portals, where advanced searching, reporting and alerting on incoming payments can be performed by the customers themselves. Over the last decade, we have developed a rather unique expertise in the area of high-volume transaction data management. And we help the banks utilize their massive data volumes in the area of payment operations and compliance and enable them to support their customers even better than before.
With corporate banking in particular, do you see the institutions investing in innovation quickly enough?
So over the last 5 years, we have witnessed a real change in attitude towards new technologies in the banking market. For Inttix, that change has actually been extremely beneficial, as banks have recognized that the challenges they face with their transaction data, they are best addressed by partnering with highly specialized providers such as yourself, rather than trying to develop everything by themselves. So we partner with banks in a very focused and phased approach. Look at our Intix solution. It integrates seamlessly with all the different banks' financial messaging systems, thanks to a whole series of connectors, and it embeds all industry standards, such as SwiftFin MT, ISO 2022, NACHA, Fedwire, you name it, all these domestic and industry standards. And that approach that allows us to offer banks a very simple and smart solution to address all their transaction data in a matter of seconds.
What are the main challenges, Antoine, facing corporates, let's say in respect to treasury operations, where their main corporate bank can offer new technologies to improve working practices?
The key market development has been around offering increased transparency in cross-border payments. Corporates now expect their banks to offer an end-to-end visibility into their payment operations, and this has to be achieved from start to finish, the entire life cycle. And so this is why we developed our X-Ray solution. It tracks payment flows from start to finish within the bank's own infrastructure, and it's compatible with Swift GPI and any other messaging infrastructures, such as blockchain networks.
How can banks harness data innovation to enhance transaction services for corporate customers?
Our core role is to help banks access their financial messaging data at a granular and exhaustive level. So once the transaction details are accessible, they are being used for a series of use cases, going from searching, reporting, dashboarding, alerting, and that's what our X-Trail solution offers. So besides providing very granular transactional details, our Intix X-Trail solution also brings the ability to run pattern analysis.
Pattern analysis.
This is also an area where banks can offer more to their customers using the same tools as they are using internally. So we are now adding machine learning capabilities to this, and hence we will be able to offer a lot more business intelligence on the available data.
Sooner or later, Antoine, we have to get round to talking about compliance and mitigating risk. What are the main ways Inttix can help financial institutions get to grips with compliance and mitigate risk?
Compliance and risk, they are at the top of the agenda for the majority of financial institutions. Using data on transactions as well as the related customer master data, we from Inttix can provide a comprehensive view on all compliance-related elements and achieve the promise of know your transaction. The retention period on this data typically varies from one jurisdiction to another, and we're looking at somewhere in the range between 5 to 10 years, with some outliers even more.
Antoine Cuypers, thank you very much.
It was a pleasure having you, Chris. Thank you.
So, more personalised customer experiences, reducing time spans of cross-border trade, transaction data management to increase visibility over payments transaction lifecycles, corporate banking and transaction banking in an era of innovation.